Net, how are you today? Um, Confession, I'm starting late, but I'm also ending kind of early. I think we'll get in a good 4 hours today. Uh, but yeah, I'm going to a thing at 6, so I'll probably bomb out around 5. I might make it to like 5:30 or so. Um, but that'll be cutting it close. I don't know. Okay, so also, today we have something a little. I don't know why I'm on a blank browser. we, also, we also have something a little different in store for today, I guess, because so we're making strides with the project. Like it's nearly done, I guess. I don't know. It feels weird to say that. It seems like no, that can't be true. But I don't know. Maybe it is. So yeah, the other thing is that we don't have good like art assets yet. So for the icons that appear in the game. So let's today do that, I guess. That I mean, I guess there's no time like the present, so why not? Uh, no, just yeah. There's very little else to do, so yeah. All right. Um, oops, sorry. My other computer's making noise. Uh, so MS Paint. Oh yeah. So right. So the title of the broadcast, 8,000 words. That's because I think we have to come up with 8 icons for the game. So a picture's worth 1,000 words. 8 pictures. Yeah. So one thing. Yeah, I don't know what they're all gonna be either. Like I didn't want to make the development process less realistic, so I put like zero thought into what these icons might look like. We're doing it live, so yeah. Oh yeah. So one thing that well, okay. So I have all these like temp images that are all very placeholdery, uh, but well, actually, hold on. I'll open the other one, the blank one, because I think I want a border around the outside of these icons, um, but I actually don't know how I specifically want to accomplish that yet. Because so like if we look at the game for a moment, the game has a fairly dark background. It's set on like a this darkish red color. Which we could lighten up, I guess. I mean, we could tweak basically anything we want to at this point. Like this is the final balance stages of the project. Yeah, so I guess I'll just go super dark with the edge, so that way even on a darkish background it'll still show up. I was thinking of doing like color coding to the icons just for added readability or just like to make it more immediate and obvious to some people. Uh, if I were to do that, I'd probably so all of the powers would keep. Like so, bomb dash and pow 3 would all, which I could call super now, but I'm probably gonna still call pow 3 whatever. We'll probably have like the same color. They'll all be of the same, like they'll just have different images, but they'll all otherwise look the same. So then for range strength, what are they? Range strength, multiplicity, and speed. I think those four would each have their own color. Maybe. We'll see. Try socks, how's it going? It's Icon Day. We're gonna bust out. We have the yeah. Yeah. That was a nice weekend. How was your weekend? Mine was nice. It was you might have noticed I keep saying I want to stream on the weekends, but then the weekends come around and I use them to do like tons of other things instead. Sorry. I should have done this over the weekend, but we got the tablet, so we can make some gorgeous art today, some stunning masterpieces. Um, yeah. Oh, did you get a lot done, or was it just long because it was so boring? um, the Yeah, in terms of the palette for the colors of the icons, I don't want to go over the top. They'll probably all. So like yeah, if I color code them, I'll want like the borders and well oh yeah. So actually that's the one thing I'm not actually certain about. If I color code them, I could either so yeah the icons I imagine will have like a border around the outside or like a ring around the edge of the icon. They will still be circular. Um, oh no. Sounds like you were hitting those ropes pretty hard. I forget what they're called, but like the things that suspend from the ceiling and the with the exercise and the whatnot. Uh, well, I hope it sounds like it could have at least been quite productive. um, wh- uh, oh yeah, oh TRX, yeah. All right, well that's awesome. I I almost got exercise. It was close. Yesterday I put in 8 solid hours of just straight napping. Well, not consecutive hours, but I I should have had a weekend more like yours, I think. I don't know. I was super beat for whatever reason. Um, but yeah, for the palette or for the yeah, so for the coloration of the icons, I'm still not certain whether okay, right. So there's the ring that goes around the outside of the circular icons, and then for if I'm color coding them, I'm thinking that means that like the ring and like the image itself are are colorized. So like for example, if let's say all the powers are just like straight black, or for this project it would actually be a dark red. And then I guess they'd probably still though have like the a white background or like maybe a light background. So then like yeah, for colorizing the or for color coding the other icons, like do I want to keep the the dark like the image and then the border, do I want to keep that consistent and then just like recolor the backgrounds? Either way, I'm pretty sure there'll be some degree of consistency to all of them, specifically having the lighter set backgrounds with the darker border. Or should I invert that? Should it be a lighter background with a oh wow, we won. Should it be a I wonder if it should. Oh, why are you traveling off into space? You. Why? Why are you doing that? Look at him go. Look at this dude. Where the hell is he going? What do you see off in the distance, bro? No, you made it. That was it. You got there. Anyways, it'll probably be. Huh, my gut reaction is that it'll probably be flat, but, oh, here, actually, I do have, like, mock-ups from, like, a while ago. Hold on one sec. They're on my, tablet, which is, oops, I accidentally clicked a button. Did I screw anything up over here? No. Alright, still good. Alright, hold on. Sorry, one moment. Yeah, so I'm thinking the images will be basically flat, but I don't know, maybe like a slight drop shadow, but not like anything sort of 3D rendering. Like in fact, I don't expect to use more than a single color for all of them, or that is like like it'll be two tone. It wouldn't have gradient. Where is those silly little symbols? Yeah, this is from like a long while ago, back This is literally like from months ago. So like you can see like each like idea for an icon is like fairly simple, and like it just the kitty face is not actually one of them. Yeah, they're just like very simple. I just want them to be like distinct so that it's clear at a glance which ones are which, and so that the user can quickly learn like what each of them do. Uh, so, oh yeah, this game only technically has movement in it. Like, actually, I guess I could just cut it altogether, basically. If I can't figure out that weird running off into the distance thing, then I can always just cut movement altogether. All right, so yeah. Oh right, so yeah, I was saying that there's like some degree to which they'll probably all be consistent. Um, I think I'll want. I don't know. I always imagine the icons to be. Uh, I always pictured them to be lightly colored. Uh, but yeah, I'll probably stick with that for now, and then I can change it if need be. So yeah, the first thing I want to do is get the border set up. So let's make another circle. So what is this? This thing is 512 by 512. So I don't know. Let's see what looks good. I think I actually want it a little bit thicker than that. I want it to be pretty chunky. Yeah, something like that. It's probably good. So, I think it's so this is 444 by 444. I don't know if it's centered quite right. I guess it doesn't actually have to be even, but it'd be nice if it was. That looks kind of even. Or is that more even? That might be more even. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to make those little squares line up or not. That looks pretty good though. Does it look good out here? Maybe. If it's slightly off, that'll just add a little bit of character. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, actually I don't want to be working in black. So I already know that I want, at least for the powers, I want it to be like a dark, not that one, like a dark reddish. So I'll just use that for now. And then, never heard back from Princess. Actually, let me double check. Yeah, I sent her that message, and then I guess she's just gone elsewhere. Yeah, no reply. I still have no clue what to make of that. So, yeah, maybe this is, actually here I'll save that and see how it looks down here. Oh right, yeah, so of course I haven't set up the transparency yet, so it's gonna look a little weird. It's gonna look a little weird until I actually get better assets in, because they'll look a lot lighter than I think that word means something different where I'm from. Where I'm from, that's an insult, so I'm not going to register that. Okay. So the yeah, that seems about right, I guess. I think that's approximately the scale, like the thickness that we want the border to be, because we're going to go with very iconic shapes, so, or like very very simplified shapes. So they'll also be, kind of drawn with like a fairly thick brush, I think. So save that. Oh, thank you. I still don't have any indication that that even ever happened. Like, I guess she said it happened, so I guess I have her word for it. But like, I mean, I was reading chat, and so either happened in another language, and no one actually ever filled me in, or I don't know. I know why. Uh, so actually, let me look at these sketches that I did like a while ago. Because I'm thinking, uh, all right, yeah, no, the game was very different back when I sketched these out. Like I needed much different, very different icons. So actually, very few of these are going to be relevant in any way. Are any of them? I might still use the wing for speed. Uh, I might I might use the POW for strength. And then a lot of them I'll just have to come up with new stuff. So actually, you know what? Before I actually make the final icons, let's basically do that again. Let's basically just make another icon sheet so that we can like see, you know, how these icons will all look together before we try and start implementing them individually. So yeah, that one's fine. But let's file new. Just make this really big. The Wolf 159. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. We are making icons for a game. We're making 8 of them. We need an icon to represent strength, speed, multiplicity, range. I'm calling them bombs, although it'll probably be more like a general like burst type explosion type thing. Dash, and another one I call super, which is basically like a supercharged. It's an ability where you activate it, and for a short time, your character gets supercharged, like super powerful. So I am not an artist, but just to get the point across, I'm going to whip up. So the project is in here. We can look at the project real quick. The project's in like quote unquote 3D. It's just everything is represented by these very simple forms. The only thing not in 3D is the HUD here, which is what we'll need these icons for. So basically, everything that appears in this top bar here is either a power, which you can drop into these slots and then start using as an ability, or a modifier, which you can apply either to your hero, represented by this square here, or any of the powers that you have. So yeah, right now we have one of the abilities is bombs, which just makes a small explosion, and then we have dash, which translates your hero a short distance, and then it's easier to tell when there are more mobs on the screen, but you basically like dash a short distance, and then there's an explosion or like a burst, like everything gets thrown up into the air. Oops. And then this is the super, which makes your dude, he just stands a little taller, he turns slightly orange for a little while, and he's more powerful during that duration, and all of the other abilities are more powerful during that duration as well. So wow, they're really powerful during that duration. I really need to balance this game, but we're actually, just the other day we pretty much hit feature complete. Oh, I screwed with all the numbers, so this is actually not how the game typically plays out. There are usually a lot more mobs, and it's a lot more fun, for example. Yeah, so one of the last things left to do is to come up with more, with, like, as you can see, I'm not going for like a super high visual bar, but I want at least to have, kind of like in the way that everything in the game field is very just like simple iconic representation. I want at least something equally like meaningful or understandable about what we see in the HUD as well. So right, where are we going? Back to paint. Yeah, so so today I want to actually like get the actual assets done as well. But for starters, I just want to see like what all the shapes are going to look like together. So I'm just opening like, yeah, this is literally MS Paint. I'm gonna I'll make the like to finalize the assets. I'll use another program, but it's on my other computer, so I won't worry about that for now. for now, yeah, basically just so like yeah. So for example, for well, so bombs and bombs and strength, I kind of wanted to do the same thing for, because like I basically just wanted like a like a, I don't know, like a generic like pow sort of like explodey sort of thing, just to because I don't know, that represents what the bombs kind of do. They just kind of like make a burst appear on the field, but it also, I don't know. I might go with something like that more for bombs and come up with something else for strength. But I'll probably have a symbol like that either way. So that's probably going to be like one of them. So for speed, yeah, I like months ago, back before I even knew what all of these symbols needed to be, I started scribbling up a bunch, and one of them, which I might keep for speed, because I think we kind of relate like a wing symbol with well, it'll be a better wing symbol. No, it'll be way better than that. So it'll be like, I don't know, like so what, like I still haven't fixed up my tablet to work especially well. I don't use it very often, but like, I don't know, some sort of wings, something that, I don't know, something similar to that, but that actually looks like a wing, I guess. I don't know. I'm just I'm just gonna leave that for now, because I know what it means. And I can worry about the details later. So, all right. So we also need. Actually, hold on. Yeah, I'll spread these out a little bit. And so, all right. So this is probably bomb. This is probably speed. Wow, I hate this tablet. Or I don't. I mean, well, alright, I'll just use the abbreviations. But this tablet is freaking out for some reason. I don't know what that's about. Yeah! Thanks, Adam Henderson. I know, I believe it or not, I took like several semesters of art courses in university. I I don't have an explanation for for why this is the result of that, but if I was doing these in oil paints, they might come out a little bit better, maybe. I don't know. All right, so bomb speed, dash is another important one that we need. Super. Oh, super. I don't know what super is going to be. We cut potions from the game, so like super could even just be like a pill, which I don't necessarily condone, but it's really simple to communicate, right? That's really, look, I finished it already. That's the final art. No, I don't necessarily want super to be a pill. I don't know if that's like a good message necessarily. But whatever. I'm just like temping these in because I have to come up with them, and as Adam noticed, I'm not an incredible artist, so I might be slightly like a take what I can get sort of situation. All right, but what are the other ones that I need? So we also need strength, we need range, and we need multiplicity. I think for multiplicity, I'm probably going to do something really like cheesy, like just like a plus sign or something, which is like way too generic. But because like these are all modifiers and they all have a positive impact. So it's like a little lame to give one of them the plus sign, because like they're all supposed to be like, I don't know, good, I guess. But wow, I did a terrible job of coloring that in too. That was amazingly bad. Not getting any better. Wow, that's probably the worst plus sign. So yeah, it's called multiplicity and it's a plus sign. I understand the but like if it was a multiplication sign, it would just look like an X. And also alright, cool. I mean, how important is drawing really, right? Oh yeah, the reason I didn't, so like my first thought for multiplicity X really was like just X2, like times two. But that's not how multiplicity works, actually. And I don't know. I mean, like, nowhere in the game is the player actually going to hear it said as multiplicity. There's not going to be any like written language in the game. It's all just going to be represented through icons. So so yeah, the way multiplicity works is that like you start with like 1 across the board, and each time you like add it in, like if you add in 1, you now have 2. So for example, if you add multiplicity to bombs, you now have 2 bombs. If you add multiplicity again to bombs, you have 3 bombs, etc., etc. So yeah, I mean I call it multiplicity because it's like how many, but it works more additively, so that might be enough. I don't know. A plus sign though, kind of like a plus sign kind of indicates like health, sort of, or at least if it was a red plus sign, like that's like I don't know, a banner for like medical aid. So I don't know. Hold on. It might not be that, but I mean that's why I'm kind of like trying to draw these out to make sure that they're distinct from each other, so that they visually they'll read clearly. I mean, it's not even so important to me to convey exactly what everything does necessarily, as long as it's like similar. Because like I don't know, like the wing thing, I don't know if you're necessarily going to be like, oh, that must reduce or that must increase the speed or whatever, but it's close enough that if you like try things and like see what happens in the game, then I think I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I might have to change these. Maybe I will leave in the 3-letter abbreviations or something. I don't know. That's going to take a lot less time than actually coming up with the icons itself. So for strength, strength means like, it doesn't just mean physical strength. It means like how impactful everything is. Like it basically means like how strong the knockback effects are. Yeah, it pretty literally means how strong all the knockback effects are. So I could play off of that. Like it could be I drew one icon for, I thought there was going to be an ability. Well, okay, so yeah, before I had dash, there's actually, yeah, one of the first things I thought for strength was also a fist, but like with my drawing skill, like the wing is gonna look kind of like a fist because I'm so bad at this, and so they might be confusable. So before dash was implemented how it is, I had like an ability that was just like the second half of dash. Like the character didn't actually translate, but then everything got thrown up into the air. So yeah, it was basically like a ground pound sort of ability. I don't know if there's some way that I could indicate that. Heck, I could just put an upward arrow. Although, again, that kind of like, along with the plus sign, like, that kind of just means like up. It just kind of means like increase. Like all of these are like positive effects. So like all of them, a plus sign could be applicable if you knew what it's modifying. And for all of them, like an up arrow could be somewhat applicable. So I don't know. I might like redefine like what strength means to be more like more just the upward velocity. Because yeah, actually, yeah, I think strength doesn't even affect the. I forget if strength even affects the outward knockback. It might only affect the vertical knockback. So like mobs can get thrown a further distance with higher vertical knock up, I guess. No, that's not the right term. But only because they're flying, only because they're airborne for a longer time. So like, I don't know, depending on how I go, it might just be something as simple as like an upward arrow. Maybe? I don't know. Except a better drawn one. Dash. Oh, yeah. I think that was why actually I kind of wanted to veer away from dash a little bit, or veer away from like this representation of strength, the first one, is because like that actually is kind of what I was thinking of using for dash almost. Like I don't know. I literally have no clue about this one, so I'm just gonna like well, like that's kind of like a Nike swoosh, but like yeah, no, I don't know how to represent dash, so like I was gonna use like the same like propulsion lines, but like I don't know what do the propulsion lines emanate from? Just like, I mean, I don't I have no clue. Dash might end up something dumb like that. Because again, like, they don't. Oh, well, so especially for the powers don't even. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but like, so biceps. But like, what happens if you put a bicep on a bomb? Like, you have bombs with arms, and maybe that's fine. Maybe that's clear enough. Um, Sorry. Maybe I'm just thinking about that too, literally. Range, yeah. So range, I was worried about confusability with multiplicity because like range, like the range, the way it's implemented, it does mean like just like sheer distance, but more than that, like I think like arguably the most important effect of range is actually that it increases like the radius. So like when you add range to bombs, your bombs go further, but they also hit a larger area. And so I was thinking for range, maybe just using like concentric circles to concentric circles. I said, and yeah, I know these aren't circles; they're like squat. But like to, I don't, I don't know. That one looked way better in my brains before I drew it. Although then again, these are like circular icons, so that might not be exactly right. I could do like some like smaller section of that, but like if I only do arcs, then that kind of just looks like an audio, like sound, a representation of sound or something. So then like the original image the original icon that I had drawn back in the day was basically like a dotted line. Alright, apparently range is the tough one, because like these ideas are so clear in my brain, and here I try and put them to paint. Well, so this, hold on, I'm just gonna see if I can make my tablet better, because like it's picking up gestures that I do not intend for it. Let me just, is it? No, it's probably gonna be more of a hassle than it's worth. Alright, I won't bother with that now. But yeah, that's not helping. Okay, so oh yeah, fun fact. This is a port, or like a remake, a reboot of a game that I never released like 7 years ago. And in the original game, I think there was like a bicep icon. Oh, I'm gonna do a terrible job of recreating it. But yeah, there was like one of the icons was like oh wow, that's awful. So there's the other reason I'm like veering away from it, is because the more I like try and make it look like an actual physical object, the more it'll highlight how poor my art skills are. So yeah. Actually, I guess I haven't mentioned it yet, but I probably want to go as abstract as possible. Like the more abstract, the better. Partly because that's partly because of my art skills, and partly because of how no. I was just thinking for, like, if I'm using an upward arrow for strength, I could use, like, a sidewards arrow for range. But no, I don't think I want to do that. But what if, no, if anything I do with these arcs, it's gonna look like sounds. Even if I did, like, yeah, no, it's still just, like, I don't know. That just looks weird. That looks like an X through a sound icon. Yeah, alright, so speed might be too literal. Oh, and speed and dash. Well, so one of my ideas a while back, which I don't think I'm actually going to go with, because I don't think it would actually help at this point. I was actually going to have separate icons for bomb, dash, and super. I was going to just like a speed modifier on an empty slot would cause dash, and so I would just use the same icon for speed and dash. So like with bomb and with strength, like part of the reason those are kind of an overlapping. Oh no, it wasn't going to be speed actually. Dash was going to be range. It was going to be range and dash. We're going to use the same icon, and then super and speed, I was thinking might. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that game. Wow, I never really thought about it, but I wonder if that guy took like the same. I wonder if some of the. Well, no, I guess for his game the sizes made a lot of sense, because like it was like geometry puzzles basically. Like that was like how the levels played. So like, yeah, for his game, maybe he could have made better art, but only decided to use shapes. Yeah. There's not a specific gameplay. Well, there's sort of a gameplay reason why I'm not using more complex art, and that's because like I'm putting all the computational power towards processing like the game field itself. Hold on, like I have it artificially limited to very few mobs. Where is mobs to win? Mobs safe to win. So yeah, no. If this was a much higher number, then we could see that like the game field actually gets busy. So like in part, I only tend to use like small representational shapes, but also for this project, the small representational shapes used to be spheres, but just for for what like computationally it costs to render a sphere that render that many spheres on a mobile device, I actually wasn't able to. I wasn't able. I couldn't put as many mobs on screen as I wanted to. So, the reason we're using these little octahedrons now is that they just have like such fewer number of verts. So, that we can just make the field a lot busier, and that's what was really important to me about the game. Oh, okay, cool. I guess he must have teamed up with an artist for his new one, or is he branching out? I wonder. I'll have to check that one out. I don't think I've actually volume. Yeah, no, I don't know if I've heard of that one before. I'm gonna open it in a browser window on my other computer, so I'll remember to check it out later. Volume. What's his name? Bithel? Because yeah, volume comes up with not the game. It comes up with just Wikipedia articles about physics, or measurements. Oh, there we go. All right, there it is. Okay. So yeah. Well, it's still going pretty slow, but the game field gets really full. I mean, like, not much fuller than this, but like, it when there's a lot going on, like when someone's actually playing the game, there are like explosions and like stuff's getting thrown everywhere, and then like as the game progresses, it gets faster and more intense, which I haven't set up yet. But I mean, other than icons, that's like basically all there is the game curve and balance pass. So later this week, I'm thinking. Also, yeah, if you watched last week, I was talking about starting my next project possibly this week, but this weekend I didn't actually get around to putting in the groundwork that I need in order to get started with that. So I'm probably going to kick that to next week instead. I got distracted by other things this weekend. I'm a friend is like putting together a pitch for a class in business that he's taking, and so he wants he's pitching an app, and he wants a prototype for it. So I'm probably going to be making that this week also. But I'll be making that in the mornings because I assume he doesn't want me streaming his pitch before he actually makes it. It would kind of ruin the surprise a little bit, I think. So there's that, and then I forget how I got on that tangent, but those are all true statements. Anyways, I'll go back to making icon art now. So yeah, alright, so yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this, I guess, because I'm pretty sure we're just gonna go with the up arrow. Pretty sure. Yeah, especially if we're keeping something like that for dash. Oh, that looks a lot like the wing. Right, yeah. Man. So, alright, maybe I'll come up with something else for speed. I could use like a clock hand. Well, it is a game app, so it wouldn't be against Twitch rules. I just think my friend I haven't asked him yet. I just assumed that he didn't want me broadcasting it live on the interwebs. I could check in with him. Yeah, it's like a casual game app. There's actually like no graphics because it's like I mean, well, so it's like again, like I don't know how much he wants me to say about it, so I won't say too much. But it's basically it's a game. It kind of I don't really know what the genre is, but like games like Words with Friends and like what's the drawing one? What's the Pictionary one? Like Draw Something or whatever it's called. It's like in that of the of like mobile games that are like very casual, very. I mean, I like games like that. I don't tend to make games like that by myself because I tend to. I don't know. I guess I just tend to think in 3D. I really like 3D. I don't know. Even my 2D games are technically 3D. I have on my website. There's well, like Grav is obviously well. I mean, it's 3D even though it's 2D, so that kind of counts. And then V-Box. There's no reason that V-Box is so 2D. It's so 2D. There's not like it's completely flat. I one time I tried to make an icon for it that didn't look completely flat, and it looked so weird because everything else is so completely flat. But no, this is also 3D. Just cause. Like you can't tell from the user perspective, but if I bust open the files that I used to make this game, like, and you could swing it around. When you switch screens, you're actually like translating through space. Like both of these screens exist like next to each other. um, oh man, if I had a helicopter, I would just hire someone to fly around, and I would do exactly the same thing I'm doing now, except I would be in a helicopter. I'd just be streaming game development from a helicopter. I mean, I'm using a laptop. I would just get like a good, I don't know, maybe helicopters have good generators, so I could just like, I'd have all the electricity I needed, and I'd just get a really solid, like 4G, like internet, satellite, whatever, connection for my laptop. And yeah, that'd be pretty cool. It'd be a little loud. I'd probably have to like shout into the microphone for you guys to hear me, but I could do that. All right, so I have like little things drawn kind of here for most things. Although I've said it multiple times. This range one is unacceptable. Like, is it? This is unacceptable, right? Like you don't like noise. I don't know. Maybe I don't care that hard. Maybe maybe I'm fine with this. Like maybe I really shouldn't be worrying too much about like what they convey, and first just focus on like differentiation. So I also want to do another super. I don't like that super. Do you think Nintendo would be mad if I used like a star? I don't. Nintendo doesn't own stars. Like they can't be annoyed. Like well, for some reason when I think of super, I think of like the star from Mario that makes you invincible. But that's really not what this power up does. So I don't know why I keep thinking about that. And so like as soon as I thought of using a star for it, I thought of that star again. But like there's really no reason that should come to mind. Hold on, wait. They have a can star here in MS Paint, so I can just be like, hey, look at that. Oh, although that looks a lot like Bomb. Bomb has the explosiony thing. Alright, so yeah, not that. I don't want a pill though. So what's super? I could use a cape, although that I don't think necessarily makes sense. Super makes you temporarily like berserk, like it's beast mode. So I could I don't want it to be the pill. I should just delete the pill now, because I do not want it to be the pill. And I should stop saying the pill, because I mean a pill, not literally the pill. That makes even less sense, I think. Alright, so I don't actually have range. Alright, I'm gonna put like a little indicator next to the ones that I actually like so that I'll remember. Okay, so bomb is actually good enough, I guess. Dash, sure. Oh, well, no, dash and speed I still want to figure out. Strength, I'll probably go with. Range, no. Oh, wow, so I haven't got a lot done, because I still need to come up with super. Range is ridiculous. Beer. um, huh. Actually, I guess I could do like, I don't know, like just generic, can thing. Is that? I don't know how I feel about that. Oh god, this tablet. Come on. Stop registering that weird gesture that I never want to use. I never want to use it. And actually, I guess like if I do that, then it's kind of like maybe it's beer, right? Maybe it's spinach. Maybe this is a Popeye game. I don't know why I keep thinking of other properties. I should really just. What I guess you know what, now that I think about it, I could just go if I'm going abstract, then like why not just go like with what we all associate like a burst of strength or a burst of power with, like, you know, like just go with a lightning bolt or whatever. I mean, it doesn't operate like a lightning bolt. I guess if I wanted to add it, wow, why can I not draw a lightning bolt? I guess if I wanted to add like a visual effect, I could have it like when it starts. I could have like lightning crack down and strike the hero. But like, I don't know. Maybe something like that's fine. It looks a little bit like an upward. No, it looks kind of like the opposite of an upward pointed arrow. So that might be distinct enough. I should probably stop deleting the ideas that I'm not using presently, because I'll probably come back to all of them and I'll probably end up using all of those instead of any of the things I have drawn here. But for now, I think that's okay, actually. With regard to super, I think that's okay. So now it's a matter of range, dash, and speed. And incidentally, I think these ones will be some of the most confusable. For example, these dash lines kind of look like the feathers, sort of. Not really, just in that they're like a series of parallel lines. Yeah, right? Thank you. That's a good point. I think bomb will look a lot simpler once it's actually like spilled and doesn't have like streaky lines through it. So I guess dash and speed. Maybe I should just start over with these. So, alright, like I said, I shouldn't delete these things, so I'm probably actually gonna, in fact, end up coming back to them at some point. No, I can delete this wing, because that wing looks awful. If I want the wing back, for one thing I'll remember it, and for another thing I'll just draw it better next time. Alright, so yeah. So now, alright, so now we do have a very simple set. This is actually probably going to be what range is. It's probably going to look like that weird, I don't know. Like, it makes me think of like sonar, maybe, which is close enough. I think I'm probably actually going to ship that, but I might, I don't know. If I can get the concentric circles to work, no, it'll probably be that. Anyways. Oh, maybe if I turn it sideways. Because when you see them, when you see them going, when you see them going out like that is, well, no, I guess that's kind of what I want to indicate as well. I kind of want to, yeah, whatever. That's range. Deal with it. Yeah, alright, thank you. Alright, cool. Maybe we're going in the right direction. Alright, so yeah, let's, so for dash, maybe we'll just make it like, like a simplified version of that. So like, I don't know, like, oh, this is gonna look a lot like a wing. I realized, like, as I was drawing it, it's gonna look like a side-turned wing. So, oh yeah, alright, cool, wait, no, hold on. I don't know why I was making it like, I don't know why I made that lump like at the top, but yeah, no, dash can just be like a little sideways ghost. Except, more like a, oh, well, I guess I shouldn't use, like, bursty visuals, because, like, bursty visuals were, like, on the bomb. But, like, Oh yeah. All right. Sweet. um, that is an amazing URL you got there. Um, so yeah, this is what Trisex came up with. Well, I guess everyone in chat can see it as well. Oh yeah, that's an astounding URL. Astounding, I tell you. um, so oh yeah, one quick thing I should mention is that this is the last of my three portfolio projects, but they're perfectly independent. I mean, I know that's not 100% true because like you can't make a game like in isolation. If you made a game without any like user feedback, that'd probably turn out terrible. I would not advise that development strategy. For this one, I'll be using all of my own assets because this is the third of my portfolio pieces, and the whole point is that they're pieces of my creation. So, thank you, by the way, though. It's yeah, I don't know. I mean, those came out really well. So, you are, and you made them a lot faster than than I'm working here. So, I think you are much you MS Paint with much greater alacrity than I do. All right, so what am I trying to do with Dash? I guess just like make it like swoopy kind of. No, that's just a taller sideways ghost. Probably shouldn't have deleted it because like one of these I think was actually like was close, but actually, all right, maybe I should go back with the. No. So how do I not make it look like bomb, and how do I not make it look like a wing? Well, that's not how I not make it look like a wing. That looks like just a really poorly drawn wing. Oh. Huh, a boot. Huh. Yeah, dash and speed. I don't know why I hadn't thought about it before, but these are tricky. These two. I mean, I think we've done well so far in coming up with like, and with these except for range. Range will stay my private shame. But I mean I guess I could do for the powers. I could do something a little more literal, and then something a little more iconic for the modifiers, which would be another way to distinguish them. But oh wait, no, I know what dash should be. Maybe it'll just be like oh wow, so it's gonna look a lot like range again, because it's gonna be like I don't know. No, that's silly. I was just thinking like I could use oh, and then it looks like multiplicity, anyways, because it doesn't look like traversal. It just looks like several dudes who get progressively thinner or something. Um, so how about like so if it just like if it trailed up like I had been leaning towards before, so it was like no, that doesn't mean dash at all. That just looks like perspective. It looks like they're just dudes like standing in a row in perspective. Um, huh, that's funny because that one looked fine in my head as well. All right, so maybe just like a slightly leaning forwards shape with like that sort of thing going on. Well, now it looks like there's just a range standing behind the dude. Uh, I mean, I have been saying I should change what range is like, but all right. I'm gonna hold off on dash and see if I can come up with something. Yeah. So okay, so yeah, the top three these are the abilities. Bombs just kind of like makes like a burst. Dash translates the hero like he dashes a distance, and then there's also like kind of like a everything gets thrown up into the air at the end. Super is like a boost. Super is like a temporary for a limited period of time, like a very short period of time. Everything is more powerful. Like your hero just gets like supercharged for a little while. The other four are modifiers. So while these ones are like things that you actively use, the other ones just make you passively stronger. Like you apply them once, and then you don't have to worry about them again because you just get natural. You're just from that point on, you're just that much stronger. So speed makes everything makes it so that you can like if you apply speed to an ability, it makes it so that you can use it more often. If you apply strength, it means that things get knocked further into the air. If you use range, it means not only can your abilities reach further, but they also have a bigger area of effect. So it increases like the radius of your bombs and your dash. Multiplicity makes more of whatever you add it to. So like if you add one of these to bombs, then every time you activate bombs, it'll activate twice. Like it'll activate two at the same time. Well, not at the exact same time, but like in rapid succession. Same thing with dash. Hey, the Will HD, how's it going? We're making icons, kind of. We're trying. So yeah, that's what that's what each of these mean. It'll make more sense, I think, once we see them in game. But that's like the gist. So speed. Yeah. So my other. Oh yeah, actually, before I forget, the reason that this is called 8,000 words is because I need 8 icons, and one of them is actually the clock or a time bonus. This is not like the others. This will not ever appear in the same like HUD space. Well, so at the end of the game, you get a time bonus based on how well you did, and so I'm doing well, thank you. I had a nice, relaxing, refreshing weekend, and now I'm back at it. It's yeah, it felt first half of the weekend felt really full, which is why I felt like super exhausted. I think on yesterday. But anyways, so right, yeah. So for time bonus, I'm pretty sure this is going to be like a little clock. And I was thinking that maybe I could use a similar icon for speed because they don't really occupy the same space. So like it'd be not so weird if there were like multiple clocks, I guess. But actually, now that I think about it, it probably would be weird. What? Oh my gosh, I hate this tablet. All right, there we go. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Not literally, not in real life, but it's just it has these like quote unquote smart gestures which are helping no one. They're not smart gestures. Anyways, so yeah, the time bonus is wow. All right. Well, I guess that's as similar to a clock as this is going to look. Wow, these gestures are the worst gestures. They're so bad. Anyways. Wow, that does not look anything like a clock. How does that look so little like a clock? Anyways. Sort of. Yeah, it's like this thing. I should probably just fix it. I should probably just like figure out how to fix it real quick. But I feel like that's probably going to take more time than it's overall worth. I think I'm just going to suffer it. It's just like, it's like, hey, tablet, how about when I put my mouse down, you register it as mouse down? Or how about when I put my stylus down, you register it as stylus down, and when I lift it up, you register it as stylus up? Can we do that instead of, like, all these other weird things that you're trying to do, which no one cares about? Anyways, so, yeah, that's, like, the worst time bonus. But it's the time bonus that we got. So, I probably, for the real one, I'll probably, like, try and do the thing that I was doing before about putting, like, dots around the outside. Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe it'll just, context skews will be enough. But, yeah. Wow. Anyways, so yeah, this doesn't really help with speed and dash. As nice as it would be if that solved everything. Speed, yeah, maybe for speed it should just be, man, no, I don't know. But I'm gonna look at the things that I had sketched out before. See if anything there helps. No, nothing here helps. Not at all. The wing is the best I'd come up with. So all right. Dash. What? Oh man. So is there anything else I could play up about Dash? Like it translates the hero. That's like the important part, I guess. And hmm. Maybe I should draw something more to the effect that yes, yeah, that is literally what speed does. Um, Speed reduces cooldown. And then, so like the way that applies to your hero is like if you think of it as like the auto attack has a cooldown, basically, it makes the auto attack happen more frequently. Um, so, so for speed, um, speed and dash, I probably will go with something like this for dash, just because I can't come up with anything better. Good enough. So speed isn't like anything. It's just a number. Speed is not. You don't activate it. You just set it and forget it. Everything has a speed, and if you use a speed modifier, that speed modifier changes the number. Dash is kind of like a leap. Dash is, well, here I can demonstrate it. Dash basically, yeah. There's like you traverse slightly, and then and then there's like an explosion at the end. So like you dash a little bit, and then like guys pop into there. So yeah, just to show you what it looks like later in the game, once you actually start making these things more powerful. Like if you multiply dash, so like now I have triple dash, so like zoom zoom zoom, you get like 3 pops and then it goes off. So yeah, actually here I'll increase the range so it's a little even clearer what's going on. So like, all right, so this is dash if we had like 3 multiplicity modifiers and 2 range modifiers. So like you dash a distance and then everything goes flying up into the air. So yeah, I mean I call it dash because, well, for one thing, when the game used to involve movement, so like it actually used to matter that you could like dash quickly to a position. That doesn't matter nearly as much anymore, just because of how everything kind of just flocks to you instead. But yes, I still think of like the key component of dash. Like what differentiates it is that like you dart around and you scoop up dudes like as you're traveling. So I think that's really what I want to play up on. And so like just like I don't know. I guess this is fine because like this is an abstract shape representing just like outward force, and then this is like an abstract shape that to me at least kind of like looks fast, I guess. Kind of looks like speed. Although I guess a lightning bolt kind of represents speed as well. Oh. So maybe I should use the... No, I don't know. As much as a lightning bolt indicates speed to me, it also indicates like some degree of like emphasis. Like, what person? Alright. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Right, because that's like, that's what I like, was just arriving at. I was just like, yeah, I'm sure you drew this before I started talking about it, but, yeah, so I was just thinking, like speed, yeah, so lightning bolt would actually kind of apply to that as well. And so then, like, the thing that, oh, cool. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so the language, like the visual language is yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, so maybe that's why I kept thinking of the wing for speed, because like, like the was it who's the there's like the Greek god of delivering flowers like had winged feet or something. I know that's not how mythology actually works. But so uh oh, okay. Yeah. Um yeah, the yeah, the reason I was thinking like a clock even for speed was just to really capture that like that just the timekeeping aspect of it, right? Like oh well, so one other fun fact is that actually if you again, movement doesn't matter in this game, but like if it did hypothetically, by dropping speed modifiers on your hero, you actually increase his movement speed as well. Uh, yeah, so that's the other thing is that these probably are going to be really weird. Like these are probably going to be like when you see these icons in game, there's going to be zero context for them. Like you're just going to get these things and you can use them. And they're all good. None of these are harmful effects. So like you can drop them wherever you want. Some of them, at least, like at pretty much every point in the game, there's been like some slight advantage to using one of these modifiers on like a specific ability, or like picking like a particular like strategy for how you use these modifiers. I'm gonna try and balance it so that like to make as many different combinations as like valid playstyles, because I want like I wanted like character customization. That was like one of the tenets of this game, like one of what makes it interesting. So yeah, I definitely want to keep that. In terms of like the messaging, like the degree to which these icons like send a message to the players, it's really, I guess I'm intending them to be like kind of like a mnemonic device, kind of like they won't tell you the whole story the first time you just glance at one, but if you keep using it, or once you've used them, it might become a bit clearer as to what's going on. And then like my fallback is that I'll probably just like include the three letter abbreviation or some other like, I don't know, some other way to cheat the intention across. I don't want to do that because my games don't include any language, which was my really cheap way of localizing all of them. So for now, maybe I will use the wing. I think it was probably before you got here, the Will HD. But for Super, I originally had originally Super was a pill, which I didn't like. I had to change that. So yeah, speed. Yeah, did I say already that I'm tempted to just like actually just use the wing after all? Wait, what is the wing? I forget what wings look like. They don't look like that. Oh wow. Alright. Whoops. Yeah. Alright. Hold on. I did draw a wing before, so maybe there's some way to make this wing shape work. I don't know. It would be the least abstract of all of the modifiers, especially because like strength and multiplicity set a really low bar in terms of detail. Like literally just an upward ascendant arrow and a plus sign. Like, and range doesn't help much. Like just several lines going like that. So now I really want to make speed just a very simple shape, but I don't know what that shape would be. So I might. Oof. This is like the new POW 3. No. But I was just gonna say I might just hold off because if I'm. I mean, these are all such simple. Like this is. Uh, um, like these are way simpler actually than I had it been even intending in the first place. Like I don't know, I was gonna make like more more complex icons than this. So I could actually just start like plopping these in basically. Like I mean like the lightning bolt and the arrow, or even like I could even just use like MS Paint's like versions of them if I wanted to. I'm not going to, but like I mean they're that simple. There's like yeah. So no, yeah, I could draw those really quick. And then if I had to change them really, it wouldn't be that difficult to change them. Uh, hmm. Yeah, the so like any language that I'm using is just for my own is for my own it's basically just for development purposes because like I mentioned there won't be actually any. You think the arrow is very different? It's funny because I still think the plus sign is actually the farthest gone. Because the plus sign doesn't even pertain to like a physical concept. Um, it's like it. There's nothing inherently meaningful about a plus sign. The only reason we know what plus signs mean is because a lot of us, most of us, all of us probably took some sort of mathematics education. But yeah, I mean you're not wrong. The arrow is like the next of those things. Like um, the it like up like I mean that is literally what strength does. Um, so hmm. I'll probably just start cranking these things out, and then we can worry about the details later. Maybe I don't know. Figure it out as we go. I I mean just by slowly like melting these things into simpler and simpler forms, we actually saved a lot of well yeah, so but right, so I mean the arrow and the plus sign are the most abstract, but at a certain point we decided to go abstract. So if anything the rest are just not sufficiently abstract. But a lot of them actually quite are. So I don't know. I'm okay with them right now. The only thing that really is biting me right now is the fact that we just don't have speed. Um, I think they're so like yeah right. So the reason I'm satisfied with these is that they're you're not going to confuse them at a glance. Like dash and super, like the dash shape and the lightning bolt shape are probably the most similar of all of these shapes. But even that's kind of a stretch because like in the final one, this is going to have a lot more round edges to it, and this is going to just be like perfectly sharp because I'm actually going to use like straight lines. I'm not just going to freehand it. Um, so like not at present, like none of these icons all serve as like distinct icons. So as long as I can get something for speed that like again like look at what we're doing for range. It's like this yeah. So I mean if anything this is going to look like the mute button. Like when this icon comes up people are going to think like this is how you deactivate the sound. Although the game doesn't actually have any sound. Yeah, and actually I will be using different well so I'm thinking for the I'm thinking I'm probably going to have a unified palette for the powers, and then speed, strength, range, and multiplicity will also have their own color. I'm not 100% about that though, because for one thing, the game has like has a pretty I don't know. I've had the monochromatic temp art this whole time, so like if I try and introduce too much color, I'm probably going to yeah, oh, right, Wi-Fi. Yeah, Wi-Fi, audio. Like it. Well, those are both things with range. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's so. All right, so I guess I'll like I'll say range is like the bar for speed. As long as speed is as representative of speed as this icon is of range, then I'm cool with that. I like if and when I like bring this like actually start deploying this project for various platforms, at that point I'll I'll probably start want to start working with an artist at that point anyways, um, so I can let them work. No, I can employ them to figure it out. Yeah, so I could just cut speed. I've been saying I should cut a one of the modifiers and only have three modifier types. Although I almost cut multiplicity, and that multiplicity is a lot more rare than um, multiplicity is a lot rarer. So if I cut speed at this point, you'd be picking between strength and range most of the time, which nah. uh, uh, speed. I mean, period reduction is technically what speed is. It shortens the period of time that it takes to reuse or to recur a certain action. So I don't know. I can't think of like a less weird way to say that than speed. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. It maybe it'll either come to me or I'll just like at the end of this, when it comes time to make that one, I'll just like phone in something really unimpressive. So either way, let's start on some of those other things. All right, so we have our icon, and actually, I guess, yeah, I'll just start saving this as other things too. So before I forget, because I don't even have it yet, I'm gonna save the clock icon or time bonus icon because I don't even have that temped in yet. So, and yeah, we might as well do this one first. So I guess I actually don't even really need the tablet as much for this because I mean for the clock it's gonna actually be more of like an exact shape. So it'll be like, is that square? 286 by 282. 282 by 282. Is that how big I want this to be? Oh wait, no, no, I want the symbolism for this one to be different. So I don't want it to have the same like border. I want the other ones to have that border because they'll be like a unified sort of thing. So actually, wait, hold on. So maybe I will keep the border. Oh, this is awkward. I hadn't thought this through all the way. Yeah, because the time bonus icon just functions very differently. So maybe I'll just keep the border, but then use just like but then make the entire thing like the clock, I guess. It's like, I don't know. Oops, no, stop. What? MS Paint, what did you do with my line? I just put a line here, and then you just made it go away. Tegestu, how's it going? Taugestu, sorry. I'm sure I'm still mispronouncing it. Yeah, so sorry for mispronouncing everyone's names. If anyone has a request for things they would like to hear me mispronounce, feel free to send those requests in chat, and I will. I like the E Honda gif. That's good. Yeah, I will mispronounce anything you care to hear in chat, or if you mention it in chat. Nice. Yeah, E Honda. he has used quite a few speed modifiers in his time, clearly. Alright. Yeah. Oh, that sounds delightful. Um, oh no. Uh, I I haven't made the leap over to Windows 10 yet. I think I'm gonna give it a little time. So unfortunately, I can be of no help. I have not tried it at all. Um, Sorry, I'm just catching up on chat. um, yeah. No comment. uh, so, what was it doing? Oh yeah. So then, I don't know. Something like this, I guess. Kind of works almost. That's clock-like in some regards. So yeah, let's clean this up a little bit. Oh, thicker. No. What are you doing, you silly tablet? What is going on inside your silly tablet brain? Yeah, that's probably fine. I know, right? um, so, oh yeah, so I was thinking I wanted to put like little tick marks around the outside of the clock. Oh, is that centered? Doesn't feel centered. Maybe it is, but doesn't feel centered. Oops, too much. Too much. Stop. No, that's the opposite of stop. We'll get through this. Somehow, eventually. Somehow. I don't know, maybe it was centered before, but whatever. I prefer this centricity. Yeah, I guess I'll just put little shapes. You can't rotate things in MS Paint. Like, you can rotate them 90 or 180 degrees, but you can't rotate things in other regards. So, I guess I could just draw in the little tick markers. Maybe. Oh god, why did you get so grainy? What the hell is that, you weird thing? Ugh, you jerk. Why are you so... Why are you like that sometimes? Anyways, let's take that, open icon.gif, I guess. No one cares about that. Paste. Alright, apparently we can't... Oh, it was like that before. Oh, it was like that because I saved it as a GIF, I guess is what that was about. So actually the ping would have been the finer of the two. So lame. I guess forget that for a minute. Let's start over. Seriously? That was one of these palette colors up here. Anyways, right, so you're dead to me. File, open. I guess we'll just use one of these and we'll cut the inside out first for now. So yeah, file, save as icon, except not .gif, I guess icon.ping, so that it doesn't save the colors all weird. Please don't save the colors all weird. Alright, there we go. I've never used Illustrator. I've used Photoshop before. And I actually have Photoshop on my other computer. I just, this isn't gonna be... Photoshop would be overkill for what I'm doing now. I mean, it would be easier and nicer. But, okay. Sorry, I'm just catching up on chat. Yeah, there are a few things about the current operating system that I'm using that I'm hoping are better on Windows 10, but I actually don't even, like, literally the only thing I've heard about Windows 10 is that it gets rid of this, which is enough reason to switch, kind of. But, like, I don't know. Don't release an operating system if the only thing that's better is that thing that you ruined in the previous iteration. Like, wait till you actually have something to offer. I might just downgrade. I might just go back to Windows 7 for a little while. Because the only reason I haven't downgraded yet is because I don't have a CDR, and I want to do a system backup before I change the operating system. But yeah. So right, last time to get that shape, etc., we did something like this. In fact, I remember it was the dimensions were 444 by 444. Not that they have to be again, but it looked close enough that I was satisfied with that. And then I lined it up. I don't know if it was exactly center, but it was close enough to be center. Like, maybe like that. And then, excuse me, like that, I think, something like that. Oh yeah, Unity in the background is funny colors because I am in play mode, and if you go to edit, preferences, colors, you can set a play mode tint, and that will make sure that you remember when you're in play mode, so you don't go editing values expecting them to stay. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard really good things about Illustrator. I'd probably really like it. I don't even use Photoshop for, like, everything it can do. Like, my primary use of Photoshop is applying transparency to, like, applying alpha values to an image, because you can't do that in MS Paint. So, like, I mean, if I wasn't streaming right now, I probably would have just switched over to my other computer, used Photoshop to make these, and then switched back. But I don't have, like, a webcam on that one. I mean, I could always just point my webcam. Oh, but no, I can screencast. So, yeah. So we have this instead. Which is fine. Alright, so there we go. And so now, alright, let's copy the clock phase that we had from the other one. You didn't get weird and grainy, did you? No, you're still good. Copy. Paste. And then, that... For some reason, when I look at it, it doesn't look like it's centered. And I think it's not centered. But when I look at, like, the smaller version of it, like up in the, like if I zoom out, I think it's like roughly where I want it to be. Maybe not. That might be a lie. I might want it actually slightly more accurate in terms of centeredness. Yeah, it's good enough probably. That is a really good question. I I haven't started thinking about that yet. I mean, I am thinking about that a lot. Well, yeah, I mean, like, to a certain extent, I'm not like super picky because it's a matter of like who needs help, I guess. I don't know, but like in terms of like what would be my ideal, like what would be my like dream job, I don't think it actually exists. So I've kind of like given up on my dreams to be from the outset because like I don't I don't know. The only places that actually like do stuff that I find really interesting are like the little places like that are like few and far between and so like if I ever like applied for a job and like got a job and like worked in an office and stuff like that, which I've done before, and it could happen again. I don't know. I assume I'd have to compromise some of like what I'd be looking for in a studio. Uh, oh, so yeah, I mean I'd much rather work indie than AAA. I did AAA for like 6 years. It was cool, but I don't know. There are some advantages I think. Or I guess I'd just like to try indie maybe see how that goes. um, oh, well that'd be nice. A center button, just like one click, like automatic. Uh, um, sorry, I was just reading over the chat. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've never made a violent game before, so like it took me a while to make sure that this game wasn't violent. Um, and I guess technically it actually kind of is. So maybe this is like the first violent game that I made. But uh, I don't know. It's cartoonish. Like so like yeah, so I was like thinking about like working at a studio where like their games are about like war and stuff, and it's like I don't know, whatever. um, but yeah, I mean, I also don't like consider myself uh, like I know that like there's a lot of competition for like a lot of positions in game development. So like to a certain extent, like um, I don't know. I don't expect to exert a great deal of influence. Uh, I for 6 years I worked at Harmonix Music Systems. They make they used to make Rock Band games, and they made like Dance Central. They were the originators of Guitar Hero as well. Um, they didn't they didn't really make violent games either, which was kind of cool. They there was a like they almost made a shooting game, but for one thing, there was it wasn't actually violence in the narrative. It was just representations of violence, and also they didn't actually release it. So there are those two things, and also I didn't work on that project. So, uh, no, why am I here? I was just minimizing windows and somehow I ended up on mono develop. All right, so this is the good one. Oh, and I shouldn't be saving this as icon.ping anymore. I should be saving this as time bonus.ping. Yeah. Alright, so there's plenty of violence. If you need a violent game, like, you are catered to. Your demographic is covered. Go play one of those. Have fun. Tons of fun. Sorry, I don't mean to seem bitter about that. Campo Santo. Hey, 2D Heroes, how's it going? I was just looking up what Campo Santo is because I'm not certain what that is. Sorry, I'm doing it on my other computer. Survey says they're a small but scrappy game developer in San Francisco. I have not heard of them before. I'll have to look into them. Alright, so now I have two things open in other windows. What do I have? I have Volume by the guy who did Thomas Was Alone and Campo Santo. That is my my list of things to look up in more detail when I'm not on stream. Uh, um, so, oh yeah, before we went off on that note, I was going to. Oh, cool. Um, yeah, I like their description. Small but scrappy. um, yeah, and then there's the fact that like comic books are like extremely like violent, and also a lot of the themes in comic books are not exactly. I mean, like I don't want to get like political or anything, but like I think we could. I think like I think I think the world could do with like some perspectives that I would like to uh, help bring to greater prominence. Like if I'm going to spend my life doing something, like I don't want that. I don't want it to be something that like just makes me depressed. So yeah. Uh, yeah, I think I'm just gonna like freehand this stuff because it's gonna be really small overall, and I can clean it up a little bit. Yeah, I just want like little dots basically. They're not gonna be like they're gonna be really small for one thing. Uh, well, so yeah, on basically any topic about like what games should be, um, I tend to default to the answer all of the above, and so when I say like I want this, I don't want this, what I mean is I see too much of that. I don't see enough of this, and so what I want to do is this. Um, so yeah, if you ever hear me say like such and such should not exist, it's probably in one of those situations where I'm just annoyed at my tablet and I'm saying things out loud, not because I literally don't think something should exist. That's gonna be really small overall. It's gonna be like it's probably not even gonna be noticeable. So maybe I should just skip that detail and just play up the hands of the clock instead. No, how big will it be? It'll be like no, it'll be pretty small on screen. Yeah, it'll be not much bigger than that. So I probably don't have to put these tick marks in. So I'm just going to put them in quickly and see how they look, and then maybe just get rid of them. Right, actually I will zoom in just ever so slightly. Alright, so there's a clock, hypothetically, so there would be 2 ticks between here and this other one over here. So if we cut this into 2, it'd be roughly, hey look, it's like a little past 2 o'clock apparently. So yeah, they go like roughly here. I'm just oh god, no, I'm not trying to do that gesture, tablet. Alright, I'm just like, yeah, dropping these in super fast just to see what they look like. If I keep them, I'm probably going to make them slightly bigger than I drew the first one to be. This reminds me of like citrus or like watermelon or something. No, like citrus because like if you cut open a citrus, it has like this radial pattern. I don't know why I thought of that. I can't think of actually any like citrus this color either. So yeah, no, I don't know why I thought about that. I guess because I just like citrus. Citrus is good stuff. I have like grapefruit for breakfast every morning. Usually when I'm like developing stuff like in Unity, for example, like I have like a very like clear like what's going through my head. But like I don't know, for me drawing is like a bit more zen. Like I tend to just like focus on like the visual more so than like any particular like statement. Um, and so that was me. That was me trying not to drop my narrative while or drop my dialogue while while drawing. Apparently, I talk about citrus instead. Anyways, let's see what this actually looks like. Yeah, that could be fine. I'll probably keep those. Yeah, right. Thanks, Mr. Pepperoni. I am going to submit this to is SIGGRAPH? Is that the what's the like game art, like game art as art, whatever. Yeah. This is gonna be on the cover of the next issue if they have issues or whatever. Oh, sorry, I'm not keeping up on chat very well. I really enjoyed Gone Home. I really liked it. I played it like shortly after it first came out. I had to cheat because I never found a key piece of information that apparently exists within the game, so I just had to like look it up online. So like I had issues with it as a game because I don't think I would have finished it if I like if we had a lot of games like that on the market right now, and so if it wasn't so special, I probably wouldn't have I probably would have just given up on the game halfway through because I got to that breaking point and the game lost its interest to me. It was only because it was as unique as it is that I instead just looked up online like how to get past it, and then I ended up playing through the rest of the game. And I'm glad I did because I enjoyed it, but yeah, so what I do now is this, which yeah, I don't know. It's what makes me happy. I just make games and I do it live on the internet for no particular reason except that it amuses me to do so. Um, and oh yeah, this is some pretty elite SIGGRAPH, right? This is some elite rendering technology, right? I think MS Paint is poised to make a big comeback in terms of the state. I think it's ready to make another big impact on our current rendering technologies. Yeah, I worked at Harmonix Music Systems for 6 years, and like the job I was employed for was never really the job that I wanted. And like when I started there, it was like I was like billed as like a stepping stone, like, oh, it's like, yeah, just like this is a start. And then 6 years in, actually it didn't even take me 6 years to realize it. Like at a certain point I was just like, well, this is ridiculous. Like this is way longer than I should have taken. And so yeah, at a certain point I just like it was clear to me that that's like that I need to do something different. And then just this year I started doing it. Well, actually, it was actually very recently that I started doing it. I've actually only been streaming for a few weeks now, I guess. But I took some time over the summer, and I'm putting more time to it now to developing these projects that I've got going on. Yeah, pings are where it's at. I'm just just my experience with images on the internet, I just have to say, pings are among my favorite. Alright, I'm probably not actually going to spend like barely any more effort on these. They're so small that like there's going to be like slight variation and it's really not going to matter. Actually, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to make like half the wheel. Oh wait, no, I don't even have to do that. I only have to make 3 good ones, because like we were saying, we can't rotate things, but we only have to we can't rotate things like with granularity, but we can rotate. Why are you doing that? We can rotate things 90 degrees and 180 degrees. So yeah, to get all 12, we only actually have to draw 3. So let's take just a moment to make 3 of them decent. Decent enough. Like that, I guess. And then, what are you? Tablet! Tablet, you don't even make sense anymore. It's like you're not even trying. Sorry. That's just me bemoaning the weird things that my tablet thinks I'm trying to do versus the input that I'm giving it. That's too sharp or too rotated. But again, doesn't super matter. Good enough, probably. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so yeah, for like donations, like I I don't want to set that up yet because I don't think it's gonna make a difference. I have 31 followers, or like yeah, I want to so one thing I want to do soon actually thank you for mentioning this because one of the things that I want to do soon is I want to dedicate a week to I don't know, you guys, if you follow like just general game industry stuff, you might be aware of Able Gamers is Able Gamers is like a nonprofit organization that that works towards making games accessible to differently abled individuals. So, for example, people with like muscle disorders or people who don't have the same number of limbs that most people have, and people who otherwise have just barriers between like how they're able to interact with games. Able Gamers does work to promote what's it called? It's like includability or something like that. They have a website all about it. Includification. So yeah, if you go to includification.com, they have like all these guidelines about what they found in their experience from like working with people who sometimes cannot play like current games on the market, like figuring out what works for them and how to get games playable for more people, more audiences. So yeah, one of the things. And I got on this topic because sometimes people will popular game streamers will do like a weekend where they'll stream specifically for to raise awareness of able gamers or like other charities. And so one thing I want to start doing soon is I want to like have a week where I just go back over all my games and I for a week I just add in everything that it would take for my games to meet all of the includification guidelines, and to do so I can't raise that much awareness because I'm super psyched that you guys are all here, but like this is like how I guess how many people I tend to get as viewers. So like, I don't know. It's what I can do. So like, it's what I want to do. At least what I can do in terms of like raising awareness. And then you mentioned the donate button, which So for that, I would want to. So it'd be like an entire week dedicated to includification, probably, and then I would want to try and encourage people to donate for that. But in terms of like personal donations, like I know this is like Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I necessarily have a compelling case for that yet, but I I recognize that I could probably like get something, and something's better than nothing, and so I might as well give it a shot. So yeah, probably it might be next week. No, I should really get to the October challenge. Oh, the other thing, the next project I want to do is the October challenge for Ludum Dare. And so I'll probably want to do that first, but then maybe I'll circle back. Maybe like first thing November or something. I'll want to do something like that. Oh, and while I'm just talking about like the future broadcasts, I might as well mention that the weekend of the 18th and the 19th, I'm going to a game jam, and I got permission to stream live from the game jam. Like it's like a game jam on location. So like a local business is putting up their office space for it to happen, and so I don't know yet if it's like an around the clock game jam, but like if so, I might do like a crazy 36-hour stream that weekend, like because I think it starts on Saturday. Oh, well, yeah, no, I don't know. I'll see how it goes, but yeah, no matter what, I should be streaming something interesting that weekend. So yeah, sorry, back to what we were doing. Yeah, that's just that is the update in things to come. If any of those things interest you, feel free to click the follow button right there. Right, no, wait, where is it? It's like right there, next underneath the the stream, or like down more. Okay, yeah. uh, and yeah, I hope you'll tune in for some of those things. But right, so, anyways, let's finish touching these up. I think all right. So I'm happy enough with this one. I'm just gonna move it a little further. Like, what are you doing? Stop doing things. Maybe I don't know, like there or something. I don't know. That's fine. And then let's let's touch up this one. Sorry, this. That one. Oh, this one. Actually, do I even need to do this one? Can I get there by like flipping this one and rotating it? Yeah, I can, can't I? So I just need to do two? Is that true? I think that might be true. I don't know, I'm gonna try it. Alright, so like, get these other suckers out of here. Doop 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 doop. Yeah, so if I just have that one, if I flip it, if I mirror it, well, if I mirror it, it'll be the one that I just erased. So let's see. So copy this one, and then if I mirror it, it will be this one. And then what? If I rotate it 90 degrees. No, that was the same as what I just did. Wait. What if I flip it vertical and then flip it horizontal? No, it's still the same one. Is that just because I drew it weird, or do I actually have to? Make a third one? I'll just make another one. Whatever. All right. Anyways, so flip horizontal. This one goes like down here, and then flip horizontal. This one goes down here. Alright, so yeah, I'll just draw a couple more. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I was just saying I want to I want to dedicate a week of the stream so for that entire week, I would put a donate button underneath underneath. It would be a donation link for actually. I'm talking about it here. Oops. I might as well link it here. Anyways. Yeah. It's basically for like some of the really big for some of the really big oops. Oh, what's happening? For some of the really big streamers that draw on like a huge crowd, they'll set up like their own like donation. Wait, what? No, I just did. Donate. Make a donation. Why are you linking to the volunteer page? Alright, that one wasn't me. Uh, well, alright, I won't bother looking it up now, but, where is it? No, I don't. Anyways, yeah, so check out their site if you feel like making a donation now. Because, there's like just basically like a widget, or like a, very easy link that you can that I would add underneath the stream, and it would just be, so for the week I would have that there to encourage, and I would, encourage people to donate if they felt like donating, and then for the entire week on the stream I would be reworking the user interface for all of the projects that I've done so far, all three of my portfolio pieces, to bring them up to standards for includification. And I think it's something that's important to me. So like, I tend to naturally think about those things and try to implement my ideas by those guidelines in the first place. But I'm sure there's a lot of ways that I can improve. And so, yeah, that was basically all I'd been talking about. Sorry for everyone who had to hear that twice. All right, so I'll just fill in the other ones. These as well. So copy, paste. Same one goes down here. Copy, paste. Rotate 90 degrees. Copy, paste. Rotate 180 degrees. Which is the same thing as flip horizontal or whatever. Alright, so I just need 4 more of these little duders. So no hands can. I've never seen that one before. But I have a long list going of things to check out. It's not that long. It's only 3 things long, including this one. But I'll check that out. No hands can. Oh wow, he's live right now. Oh, that's awesome. Alright, yeah, I'll follow him. Oh wow. Oh, that's really cool. Thank you for thank you for mentioning that. That's really cool. Hold on. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Yeah. So if anyone wants to go watch this one instead, I understand. But I'm linking it because I don't know. That seems cool. I just followed, so I definitely want to check that out at some point. I won't go watch right now, but I definitely want to check that out at some point. And so, I don't know, consider following it, I guess. Consider following the channel, I mean. Alright, we're almost done. Almost there. Just about there. So close. So close I can taste it. These little pips are really poorly done. Even for the little pips that are done like in just a split second. In MS Paint, these are these are especially poorly done. They definitely do not hit that quality level. I should at least center them now, or arrange them appropriately. That one seems okay. This one's a little too far there. Needs to spread out a bit. A little bit like that. As long as they're not distractingly poorly spaced. That's the bar I'm going for. And that's almost certainly the finished asset. Almost certainly. Yeah, that's fine. Ship it. Alright. So, no, I like this. Yeah, thank you for bringing this stuff up. Yeah, I mean, the only reason I'm not checking it out right now is because I try not to spend too much time on my other computer during streaming.